Guys, in the last session, we discussed about why we need to go for collections and what is collection framework. Why we need to go for collections? Why we need to go for collections? To overcome the problems of arrays, we are going to use collections. Collections are used to store group of objects. In order to store group of values or group of objects, we can go for a concept called collections. Collections are growable in nature. That means the size of the collection can be increased and can be decreased automatically based on the data. And another advantage is we can store any type of data in the collection. In the arrays, we can store only homogeneous data, whereas in the collection, we can store both homogeneous data as well as heterogeneous data also. And another advantage is in the collections, there are several methods available to perform some operations on the data. Ready-made method support is available when we go for collection concept, right? Now, here we are trying to understand how to work with the collection, and we have seen collection hierarchy also. Iterable is available, collection available, list available, set available, queue available, and map available. Now here, when we are talking about the collections, we need to talk about list, set, queue, and map. What is the purpose of list? What is the purpose of list, guys? List is used to store group of objects where duplicates are allowed. List is one interface which is having some methods to perform some operations on the data. If you want to store group of objects with duplicate allow, then you need to go for list interface. For the list interface, there are 4 implementation classes available. What are those implementation classes? Array list class available, linked list class available, vector available, and stack available. These are 4 implementation classes for list interface. It is used to store group of objects where duplicates are allowed. Next one, we have set interface. Set is also used to store group of objects. List is also used to store group of objects. Then what is the difference between list and set? In the list, duplicates are allowed, whereas in the set, duplicates are not allowed. So in the set interface, we have 4 implementation classes: has set available, linked has set available, and tree set available. Similarly, we have a queue interface. What is the purpose of queue interface? Queue interface is used to store group of objects in the FIFO order. It is used to store group of objects in the FIFO order. What is the meaning of a FIFO? First in, first out order. Similarly, we have a concept called a map. Map is used to store group of objects, but map is used to store the data in the form of key value pair. To store the data in the key value pair. Now, for the map interface, there are several implementation classes available. Hash map available, linked hash map available, hash table, tree map, identity hash map, and weak hash map. Like that, there are several implementation classes available. And similarly, we have cursors. What is the meaning of a cursor? Cursors are used to iterate the collections. What is the meaning of cursor? Cursors are used to iterate collections. In my collection, I have some data. I want to iterate the data from the collection. I want to retrieve the data from the collection. To traverse the collection object, we have a concept called cursor. Cursors are used to iterate collections. I mean to say retrieve data. Retrieve data from collection by using these cursors. How many cursors we have? 3 cursors we have. What are those 3 cursors? We are having iterator and list iterator and enumeration. These are the cursors. Now, all the collections framework related classes, and interfaces are part of Java.util package. Sun Microsystem provided collections framework. Why we are calling it as a framework? It is having set of classes, set of interfaces, set of methods to perform some operations on the data. All the classes, all the interfaces are part of Java.util package. Right. List, set, queue, map, all these are part of Java.util package. All right. Now here guys, we need to talk about collection interface. What is this guys? Collection. There is a interface called collection interface is available. Collection interface. It is super interface for list, set, and queue. It is a super interface for list, set, and queue. Collection interface providing several methods. Collection interface providing several methods to store and retrieve objects. It is providing several methods to store and retrieve objects. There is a method called add method. There is a method called add method. What is the purpose of add method? It is used to store one object in the collection. It is used to store one object. What is the purpose of add method? Add method is used to store one object. Guys, don't switch on your camera. Online people, it is giving a lot of disturbance. It is giving a lot of disturbance. Please put off your camera. Why are you switching on your cameras? Please stop it. Check it. Please stop your camera. Otherwise, I have to remove you from the class. Please take care of that. Yeah, collection is a super interface for list, set, and queue. This collection interface providing several methods to store and retrieve objects. What is the method we have? Add method. Collection nothing but it is one container. Collection nothing but one container. Now I am going to create one collection. For this collection, I will give some reference. This is one box. Assume that this is my collection. Collection is nothing but an entity, or we can say it is a container. Inside this container, I want to store some objects. To store some objects, there is a method called add method. What is the method available? Add method. Can you tell me what is the purpose of add method? What is the purpose of add method? Store one object. Add method is used to store one object into collection. To store one object into collection. Similarly, we have get method. Similarly, we are having a get method. It is taking index as a parameter. I am storing one object into collection. To store one object into collection, we are going for add method. I want to retrieve one object from the collection. To retrieve an object from the collection, we are going for get method. What is the parameter for get method? Index. Collection also will store the data based on the indexes. If I want to store the data, we need to go for add method. If I want to get the data, we need to go for get method. Similarly, we are having remove method. Similarly, we are having remove method. What is the purpose of remove method? To remove one object from the collection, there is a remove method. And similarly, there is a set method. It is taking into index comma object obj. Whenever you want to insert one object into particular index position, then we will go for set method. Add method is available, set method is available. Add method is used to store one object. Set method is used to store the object at the specific index. I want to store one object at the first position. Then we will go for set method. I want to store the object at the end of the collection. Then I will go for add method. I want to retrieve one object from the collection. I will go for get method. I want to remove one object from the collection. Then I will go for remove method. Similarly, here insert object using index position. I want to insert one object at the particular index, then we will go for set method. Similarly, we are having a method called index of. We are having a method called index of. I want to understand index position of my object, first occurrence of the object. Index of method will tell you what is the first occurrence of the object. And similarly, we are having a method called last index of method. We are having a method called last index of method available. What is the purpose of last index of method? Last index of method is used to understand what is the last occurrence of the object. First occurrence of the object we can get by using index of. Last occurrence of the object we will get by using last index of. Like that, there are several methods we are having in the collection, and there is a one more method called list iterator method is available to iterate collection objects. What is the purpose of that, guys? To iterate collection objects. What is the meaning of collection? Collection nothing but one container which is used to store group of objects. What is the method to store the object? Add method. What is the method to retrieve the object? Get method. What is the method to remove the object? Remove method. What is the purpose of set method? To insert the object at the particular index position, we are going for set method. What is the purpose of index of? What is the purpose of index of? Index of is used to get the first occurrence of the object. What is the purpose of last index of method? To get the last occurrence of the object, we are going to use last index of method. What is the purpose of list iterator? It is used to iterate the collection. These all are the predefined methods available in the collection interface. These all are the methods available in the collection interface. Now, collection interface acting as a super interface for list, set, and queue also. Yesterday we have seen collection hierarchy. What is the topmost interface in the collections? Iterable. From iterable, collection is extending the properties. From the collection, list is extending the properties, set is extending the properties, queue is also extending the properties. Now, whatever the methods available in the collection, those methods are available for list also. List is extending properties from collection. Sub interface can access super interface methods. Yes. Subclass can access the properties of the super class. Similarly, sub interface can access the properties of the super interface. Whatever the methods available in the collection, those methods are available for list, set, and queue. Iterable is a topmost interface. From the iterable, collection extending the properties. From the collection, list extending the properties, queue extending the properties, set also extending the properties. All right. Collection is a super interface. It provided several methods to manipulate the objects. Add the object, retrieve the object, remove the object, find last occurrence of the object, find first occurrence of the object, insert the object at the specified index position also. Where we can see that collection interface details. Can we go to API? Yes. Can we go to API, guys? Yes. JSC API. Which package we need to refer now? Collections framework classes and interfaces available in which package? They are available in java.util package. I opened documentation, java.util package. What is the interface? First interface. What is the first interface in the util package? Collection. The first interface is collection. Collection interface extending from which interface? Iterable. The root interface in the collection hierarchy. A collection represents a group of objects known as elements. Every object is called as one element. Every object is called as one element. And now, some collections allow duplicate elements. Some collections do not allow the duplicate elements. Some collections will maintain the insertion order. Some collections will not. We are storing some data. Some collections will allow the duplicate objects. Some collections will not allow the duplicate objects. And when we are inserting the objects in the collection, Some collections will maintain the insertion order. Some collections will not maintain the insertion order. Is it my statement or is it Java statement? It is a Java statement. See this. The root interface in the collection hierarchy is a collection interface. It is extending the properties from iterable. A collection represents a group of objects known as elements. Every object we are storing in the collection is called as one element. Some collections allow duplicate elements and others do not. That means few collections will accept the duplicate objects. Few collections will not accept the duplicate objects. Some collections are ordered, others are unordered. What is the meaning of ordered and unordered? Some collections will maintain insertion order. Some collections will not maintain insertion order. The JDK does not provide the any direct implementation of the interface. It provides implementation of more specific sub interfaces like a set and list. That means for the collection interface, there is no direct implementation class. Collection interface available, but do we have any implementation class for the collection? We don't have. Now simple. Collection interface having some methods. Can I create the object for the collection and can I call the method? Collection C is equal to new collection C dot add. C dot add of 100. Can I do like this? Is it valid? Invalid. Why it is invalid? Collection is a class or collection is a interface. Collection is a interface. Can I create the object for the interface or I cannot create object for the interface? We cannot create the object for the interface. We can create the object for the interface implementation class. But do we have implementation class for the collection or we don't have implementation class for the collection? We don't have implementation for the collection. Then what we need to do? We need to check its sub interfaces. What are the sub interfaces available? List available, set available. Now let's go here. List interface. Let's go for list interface. What is this list interface? List is a ordered collection. List is a ordered collection. What is the meaning of that? List interface will maintain the objects in the insertion order. First object, second object, third object. It will maintain insertion order. And the user of this interface has precise control over where in the list each element is inserted. The user can access the elements by using index position and you can search for the elements. Okay, here we have these collections available from 1.2. Good. Come down. What are the methods? Add method. What is this method? Add method. Add all method. Add all method. Clear method. Contains method. Contains all method. Equals method. Get method. Hash code method. Index of. Collection is empty. Iterator. Last index of. List iterator. Remove method. Remove object. Remove all. Replace all. Retain all. Set method. Size method. Sort method, special iterator, sublist method, toArray method, toArray method. There are so many methods are available. There are so many methods are available. Now, if I want to sort the collection objects, do I need to write my own logic? No. Why? There are already some predefined methods available in the collection. So if you go for arrays, you need to write your own logic to perform the operations. But when you go for collection, ready-made methods are available to perform the operations. Are you guys clear? Good. Now let's talk about list interface. Let's talk about list interface. In this list interface extending properties from collection. What list is doing? List is extending from collection interface. List interface is extending the properties from collection interface. Extending the properties from collection interface. Now it will maintain the objects in the insertion order. It will maintain objects in insertion order. All right. List interface having 4 implementation classes. It is having 4 implementation classes. What are those 4 implementation classes? First one is called array list class. Second one is called linked list class, and third one is vector. Fourth one is stack. Now here this collection list collection allows duplicates or allows will not allow the duplicate. It will allow duplicate objects. Whenever you go for list interface, this list interface extending properties from collection interface. Whatever the methods available in the collection, we can access by using list interface also. Now list interface will allow duplicate objects. It will maintain objects in the insertion order, and it is having 4 implementation classes. What are those implementation classes? Array list, linked list, vector, and stack. Can I create a object like this? List L is equal to new list. Can I create the object like this? List L is equal to new list. Valid or invalid? Invalid. Why it is invalid? List is a interface. We cannot create the object for list interface. But can I create a object like this? List L is equal to new array list. Is it valid? Valid. Because for interface you cannot create the object, but interface implementation class we can create the object. A interface reference variable can hold implementation class object. Is it valid or not? List L is equal to new linked list. Is it valid or invalid? It is also valid. It is also valid. List L is equal to new list. List L is equal to new array list. List L is equal to new linked list. It is valid. Are you able to follow this? Good. Now with this we understood what is a collection. Collection is a root interface in the collections framework. It is having several methods. But for collection interface there is no implementation class. But for the collection, sub interfaces are available: list, set, and queue. Now list interface. List interface extending properties from collection interface. Allow duplicate objects. It will maintain objects in insertion order. In which order you will insert the object, it will preserve the insertion order. And it is having 4 implementation classes. One is array list class, another one is linked list class, vector class, stack class. Perfect. Now today we need to talk about one class called array list class. We need to talk about a class called array list class. What is the array list? Array list is the most frequently used class in the collection. If I want to store a group of objects, then I will go for a class called array list class. Can I call implementation class of collection? Can I say it is a implementation class of list interface? Array list is implementing list interface. Implementation class of list interface. Duplicate objects allowed or not allowed? Duplicate objects are allowed. Duplicate objects are allowed. Insertion order preserved. It will maintain the insertion order. Can I insert the null value? Null value accepts. Null value accepted when you go for array list. Array list is a predefined class in the java.util package. Array list class is called as implementation class of the list interface. Using array list class, we can store the duplicate objects also. Array list class will maintain the insertion order. Null values are accepted. Null values are accepted. Sir, what is internal data structure of the array list? What is the internal data structure of the array list now? How array list will maintain the data internally? Internal data structure of array list is growable array. What is the internal data structure, guys? Growable array. Array list will maintain array concept only internally to store the data based on the indexes. All right. Can you please read these points? What is array list? Array list is implementation class of list interface. Duplicate objects are allowed. Insertion order preserved. Null values are accepted. Internal data structure of array list is what? Internal data structure of array list is growable array. Internal data structure is growable array. Default capacity is 10. What is the default capacity of the array list? Default capacity is 10. That means whenever you create a array list, internally one array will be created with the size as 10. Do you know how to create the arrays in the Java? What is the purpose of arrays? To store multiple values. Whenever here we are going to create array list object. Array list AL is equal to new array list. When you create the array list object like this, array list AL is equal to new array list, internally one array will be created. The internal data structure of the array list is a growable array. Index will start from 0, 0, 1, 2 and so on 9. Not 10. 0 to 9, that is 10. What is the default capacity of the array list? Array list default capacity is 10. Whenever you create array list object, what is happening in the background? In the background, one object array will be created with the size as 10. With the size as 10. Now here, how many values we can store in the array list? AL dot add of 10, AL dot add of 10, AL dot add of 20, AL dot add of 30, AL dot add of 30, and so on. AL dot add of 100, AL dot add of 100, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. How many objects I have stored now? 10 objects I have stored. What is the default capacity of the array? 10 only. 10 objects I have stored. Sir, if I store AL dot add of 110, then what will happen? What will happen? That's where collections are intelligent. Collections are intelligent. If it is an array, if you create array with the size as 10, only you can store 10 values. If you store a 11th value, it will give array index out of bound exception. But in the collections, size is not fixed. Collections are growable in the nature. Collections are growable in the nature. Once you reach the max capacity of the collection, what this array list will do, you know, it is going to create a new array. Once you store the 10 objects into the array list class, this array list class will create the new array. It is going to copy old array data to the new array. Old objects will be available and new array will be created. Old values will be copied into the new array. Again, you can store the 10 objects. Once you store the 20 objects, then what it will do? Again, it is going to create the new array. It is going to copy old array data into new array. Can I say it is growable in the nature? Yes, it is growable in the nature. Now tell me, what is array list class? Array list is a predefined class available in the java.util package. Array list class is the implementation class of list interface. Duplicate objects are allowed in the array list. Insertion order preserved in the array list. Null values are accepted in the array list. What is the internal data structure of the array list? The internal data structure of the array list is growable array. First, it will create array with the capacity as 10. What is the default capacity of the array list? The default capacity of the array list is 10. Now, once you store the 10 values in the array list, what is happening? Once you store the 11th value in the array list, what will happen? It will create the new array and it is going to copy the old data in the new array. Once you store the 20 objects, then what will happen? Then it will create the new array. It will copy the data. Now here, let us see let us see array list constructors. Let us see array list constructor. What is a constructor? Come on guys, what is a constructor? Constructor is a special method which is used to initialize current class variables. Current class variables. Now, in the array list class, we have one constructor which is zero param constructor. There is one constructor available which is called zero param constructor. When I create this constructor, what is the default size? 10 only. What is the default size? 10 only. But guys, in my project, I already know that there are 30 objects I want to store. In my database, there are 30 records available. I want to store 30 objects in the collection. If I store 30 objects into this array list class, what will happen? First 10 objects will be stored. Then array will be created. It will copy the old data into new array. Second array will be created. For 20 objects, second array also completed. Then it will create the third array. It will copy the old array data into new array. If I store 40 objects, if I store 50 objects, if I create 60 objects, every time new array will be created. So can I say there is a performance issue copying the old array data to new array data? Yes, there is a performance issue. If you know how many objects you want to store, then you can go for second constructor. Array list AL is equal to new array list. You can specify into capacity. You can specify the capacity also. At the time of creating the array list object only, you can decide what capacity you want to use. What capacity you want to use to create the array list. If you give the capacity as 100, then array will be created in the background with the capacity as 100, so that you can store 100 objects at a time. If you reach the 100, then it is going to recreate the array. It is going to recreate the array. So if you know the size, if you know how many objects you want to store, then it's better to go for the second constructor. If you don't know how many objects you want to store, then you will go for first constructor. Simple example, in our class, offline, 70 people are available. In the offline class, 70 people are available. I know how many people will come for the offline class. Can I arrange 70 chairs now? Yes or no? I know that. Suppose if I arrange only 10 chairs, if 20 people comes, then what I need to do? I assume that in my classroom, I kept 20 chairs for the collections class. I kept only 20 chairs, 10 chairs for the collection class. 20 people came. Then what I need to do? I need to go to the lab. I need to get 10 more chairs. I need to keep here. Okay, class started. After class started, again 15 people came. Then again what I need to do? Again I need to go to the lab, get one more 15 chairs and keep in the classroom. Half an hour completed, 50 people came for the class. Then again I need to go for the lab, get the 50 chairs and keep in the classroom. What is the problem? What is the problem? Time waste. What is the problem? Time waste. Same thing will happen here also. Whenever you create an array list with the zero param constructor, how many chairs will be arranged? Only 10. That means how many indexes will be created? Only 10 indexes will be created. Why only 10 indexes will be created? The default capacity of the array list is only 10. The default capacity of the array list is only 10. After storing the 10 objects, what will happen? It has to recreate the array. It has to recreate the array. Again, I reached the maximum capacity. Then what I need to do? Again, it is going to recreate the array. Every time when the max capacity is reached, it is going to recreate the array by copying the old data into new array. But already I know that there are 70 people available for the collection offline class. Then I will keep 70 chairs. I will keep 70 chairs here. If I keep 70 chairs, then what will happen? Will there any disturbance for the class? 10 people came, they will sit here. 20 people came, they will sit here. 30 people came, 50 people came, 70 people came. Still there is no problem. If you know how many objects you want to store, then you can go for second constructor. Are you able to understand? Now, here if I go for first constructor, default capacity 10. I don't want to go with the default capacity. Hey, array list, I will tell you your capacity. Based on that, you create the array in the background. Then you will go for second constructor. When to go for first constructor? When to go for second constructor? If you don't know exactly how many objects you are going to store, then go for first constructor. When to go for second constructor? If you know how many objects you are going to store, then go for second constructor. For example, assume that I thought that 70 people will come for the collections class. I created 70 chairs in the classroom, but actually 72 people came. Your friend also came along with you. Then we need to get the chairs and we need to arrange. Similarly, when you create with this capacity also, if it reaches to the maximum capacity, it will recreate the array in the background. It will copy the existing data into new array. That is called growable in nature. But if you go for arrays concept, do we have this facility? In the arrays size is fixed, but in the array list size is not fixed. Size is not fixed, it is growable. In the interview, they will ask you what is the default capacity of the array list. Once it reaches to the maximum capacity, what will happen in the array list? What is the internal data structure of the array list? What is the internal data structure of the array list? The internal data structure is growable array. What is the meaning of a growable array? It will maintain the array. Once the array reaches to maximum capacity, it will recreate the new array by copying the old data into new array. Are you able to follow this? Perfect. Now, there is another constructor in the array list class. Array list AL is equal to new array list. You can pass collection also as a parameter. If you have any other list based collection, that collection can be passed as a parameter to array list. I have a set object. Set object I want to convert into list object. Set is a sub interface of collection. List also sub interface of the collection. I have set of objects. Set interface is available. Can I convert set object to list object? Yes, you can pass the set as a parameter to the array list class constructor. If you want to convert one collection to another collection, then you can go for third constructor. How many constructors available in the array list? How many constructors available in the array list, guys? Online people, are you sleeping or listening? How many constructors available? There are 3 constructors available in the array list. When to go for which constructor? When to go for first constructor? When you don't know the size of the object, when you don't know how many objects you want to store, then go for first constructor. When you go for first constructor, what is the default capacity? The default capacity is 10. If it reaches to the maximum capacity, what will happen? It will recreate the array. What is the internal data structure of the array list? Growable array. When to go for second constructor? When to go for second constructor? I know how many objects I want to store. I know size of my collection. Then I will go for second constructor. When to go for third constructor? When to go for third constructor? If you want to convert one collection into another collection, then you will go for third constructor. Are you able to follow this? He is sleeping. नींद आ रहा है क्या? Are you watching a movie? Collections movie. हाँ. Yes, we'll use it. हाँ. That array will be available, right? That array will be available. 99 objects you are added. You are going for default constructor. You removed the 99 object. Whenever you add 100 objects, right? First time you created here 100 objects you added. It will copy the first array 10 values to second array to third array to fourth to fifth to sixth, and so on, eighth, ninth to 10th. That means 100 size is available. You remove the 99 value, still 100 will be available. Na? When you, yes, it will be available. Yes. It will decrease, but 100 elements are there, right? The 10 position, if you remove last 10 elements, then it will come 90. If you remove the last 10, it will become 90, right? Right. Default 10 will be available. When you store the 11th, it will create the new array. It will adjust the index position. Yes, it will adjust it. It will adjust it. It will come down that. Right. It will increase, right? It will increase that. Good. Fine, guys. So we understood what is happening in the array list class. Let us create the array list class. Let us perform some operations on the array list. Array list class is available in which package? Java.util package. Array list AL is equal to new array list. Import that package AL array list. Now here array list is a collect. If you go to this array list class, you can see array list class is implementing list interface, random access, clonable, serializable, serial version UID. What is the default capacity? Default capacity is a 10. Default capacity is a 10. So element data, how it is storing the data? In the object array. So what is the internal data structure of the array list? Object array. So this is one constructor which is taking initial capacity. If you want to create an object with your own capacity, you can go for second constructor. You can go for second constructor. This is what? Zero param constructor. This is what? Third constructor. How many constructors are available? 3 constructors available. One is zero param constructor, constructs an empty list with an initial capacity of 10. Now, when you create the object by using the second constructor, constructs an empty list with a specified initial capacity. If I give 100 as a capacity, with 100 capacity, it is going to create the array list. If I create the object by passing another collection, what will happen? Constructs a list containing the element of specified collection in the order they returned by the collection iterator. If you create a constructor, if you create the object by passing another collection, by taking that collection, it is going to create the array list object. Trim to size. Trim to size method will be called. Whenever you remove an object from the collection, automatically size will be trimmed. There is a method. Trim to size method is available. Ensure capacity. Increase the capacity of the instance if necessary to ensure that it can hold at least a number of elements specified by the minimum capacity argument. So whenever we pass that, it is going to increase the capacity. Calculate the capacity. What is the capacity? Explicit capacity. Max array size. Integer max value minus 8. What is this method? Grow method. What is the meaning of grow method? What is the meaning of grow method? It is going to increase the capacity. Huge capacity method is available. What is the method? Size method. What is the purpose of size method? Will tell you how many objects available in the collection. What is empty method? Will tell you whether that collection is empty or not. Contains method, that particular object available in the collection or not. Index of method, what is the first occurrence of the object. Last index of method, what is the last index of the object. Clone method, we can clone the array list object by it is already implementing a clonable. We can clone the array list object also. And to array, we can convert the array list object into array also by using to array method. To array method, yes, to array. Element data is available. Get method, It is used to get the data based on the index position. Set method to set the value based on the given index location. Add method to add the object. Add method to add the object at the specified index position. Remove method. What is the purpose of remove method? To remove the element from the given index. Now remove the particular object. You can remove the object by giving the object value. You can remove the object based on the index also. Fast remove. It is a private method, we can't access. Public method, clear method is available. What is the purpose of clear method? To clear the collection, to remove everything from the collection, we are going to use clear method. Now clear method is available. Clear to let GC do its work. Element data is equal to null. Complete collection will be null value. If you assign the null value to the variable, it is eligible for the garbage collector. Garbage collector will clean up the memory. All right. Now add all. So you can add one collection to another collection by using add all method, and add all method based on the index position. Array copy. Old array data will be copied to new array. Next one, remove range, protected method, and range check method. Private methods available. Out of bound, these are private method. Remove all. I want to remove some set of objects from the array list. Then you can go for remove all method. Now here retain all method is available. Batch remove is available. Write object is available. Read object available. Serialization, deserialization. List iterator method is available, and iterator method is available. Iterator is available. And here inner class. What is this class, guys? Can I call it as a inner class? One class inside the another class. Inner class concept is available here. Now inner class methods are available. How many lines of code available in the array list? Almost 1500 lines of code available. So for 1469 lines of code is available in the array list class. Array list is a predefined class. For 1469 lines of code available in the array list class. There are several methods available in the array list class. Can we note down methods of array list now? What are the methods we have seen? What are the methods we have seen? What is the method? Add method. What is the purpose of add method? What is the purpose of add method? It is used to add one object to the collection. It is used to add one object to the collection. What is the add all? What is the purpose of add all method? It is going to take a collection. One collection data I want to add it to another collection. Then we will go for add all. Add method is used to add one object. Add method is used to add one object. What is the purpose of add all method? One collection already I have. I want to add one collection to another collection. Simple example. 6 a.m. batch people available, 9 a.m. batch people available. I want to add 6 a.m. batch people to 9 a.m. people. Which method? Add all. 9 a.m. is one collection. 6 a.m. is one collection. So now 6 a.m. batch people I want to add to 9 a.m. people. Add all method. One collection objects I want to add to another collection. Then we will go for add all method. One person want to join for the collection. Only one person. Which method? If I want to add one person to the collection, I will go for add method. If I want to add multiple people at a time, add all method. That person is sleeping. I want to remove that object. That person sleeping in the class. I want to remove that person from the class. That person can I call as one object. That person is one object. He is sleeping. I want to remove that object. How to remove one object from the collection? By using remove. You can call the remove method by passing the object, and you can call the remove method based on the index also. Based on the index also. Now I want to get one object. I want to get that object. How can I get that object? By using which method? By using index method. List will maintain the insertion order, right? I want to get the object based on the index position. For that I will go for which method? get method. I want to check that particular Raju available in the class or not. What is the method I'm going to check? Contains method. What is the purpose of contains method? It will check whether object is available in the collection or not. Raju available in the class or not. Which method I will call? Contains method. What is the purpose of contains method? To check whether given object is present in the collection or not. Okay, that is a contains method. Now, similarly, there is another method called clear method. I want to remove all the students from the class. I want to throw all of you outside. Then what method I will go? I will go for clear method. What is the purpose of clear method? To remove everything from the collection. If I want to delete all the objects from the collection, I will go for clear method. Now similarly, there is another method called is empty. This class is empty or not, I want to check. In this class, is there any student available or not, I want to check. Then I will call which method? Is empty method. Is empty. It will tell you whether collection is empty or not empty. Collection is empty or not empty. I can check by using is empty. Now here we are having one more method called retain all. We are having one more method called retain all. In this class, keep only first row people, then remove everybody else. Keep only these objects, then remove all the remaining objects from the collection. Then I will go for which method? Retain all. Already I have 100 objects in the class. Keep only first row people, remove everybody else. I want to keep only these objects. I want to remove the remaining objects from the collection. Then I will go for which method? Retain all method. What is the purpose of clear method? Remove everything. 100 people available. Keep only these 3 people, removing everybody else. Then we will go for retain all. What is the parameter for the retain all? Set of objects as a collection. I have a collection with 100 objects. From these 100, keep only these 3 objects. Remove the remaining objects from the collection. Then we will go for retain all. Retain all. Got it. Next one, I want to identify first occurrence of Raju. In the class, there are multiple Rajus available. I want to identify first occurrence of the Raju. How I will get the first occurrence of the Raju? What is the purpose of index of? What is the purpose of index of? To get the first occurrence of the object. I want to check where is the last Raju in the class. What is the method I'm going to check? By using last index of. What is the difference between index of and last index of? Index of will tell you first occurrence of the object. Last index of will tell you last index of the object. I want to insert Raju in the second place in the class. There are people in the first row. I want to insert Raju after second object. If I insert directly by using add method, where Raju will sit? In the last. Raju is my favorite student. Raju, I want to sit in the first position. Then what I need to do? If I call add method, what will happen? If I call add method, what is the purpose of add method? What is the purpose of add method? Add is used to store the object in the collection. When I call add method to store the Raju will go to which position? Last, he will go to last chair in the class. But Raju is my favorite student. Raju should sit in the first chair. Then what I need to do? I need to tell to collection, please give the place for Raju in the first chair. How to do that? By using set method. What is the parameter? Index comma object. If you want to insert the object at the end of the collection, you will go for add method. If you want to insert the object in the particular position, you will go for set method. Are you able to follow this? But here guys, in the array list now, array list will give you worst performance when you insert the object in the middle. Are you guys clear with my point? For example, can you sit in the first chair? All of you come this side. I will show live example. Come this side. These people are sitting in the first chair. If I want to store Raju, then what Raju will do? Raju will go to last position. But Shubham is my favorite student. Shubham, can you sit in the first chair? Come down. Stand up. Then what? Wait. If Shubham want to sit in the first chair, what should happen? Go to next chair. You go. This will happen in the array list. Whenever you insert one object in one position, remaining objects has to adjust the index position. So it is giving the best performance and it is giving the worst performance. Worst performance, why? 5 people has to stand up. They have to go for next chair. Then only Shubham will come to the first chair. Now, I want this person to sit in the first position. Come on. Kya karna hai bhai? What happened now? If I want this person to sit in the first chair, then what those people are doing? Here in this position now, assume that here I stored the value 10, here I stored the value 20, here I stored the value 30, here I stored the value 40, here I stored the value 50. Now I want to insert 25 in the middle. If I want to insert 25 in the second position, what should happen? The remaining element should go to the next position. Then only new object can be inserted here. What is the problem? What is the problem you faced? Lot of switch operations has to done. That's why array list is not recommended for insertion. Are you guys clear with my point? Array list, now practically these people understood. They will never forget about the array list set method now. Why? They shifted 2 times. Right? They have to stand up from one place. They have to go to the next place. Then only new object can come there. Similarly here, I'm taking array list object. The default capacity of the array list is 10. Index 0, index 1, 2, and so on, 9 and 10. So array list will maintain the data in the index base 0, 1, 2, last index will be 9. Here I inserted object called 10. I inserted one object called 10. Here I inserted one object called 20. I inserted one object called 30 and so on. I inserted 100. Are you clear? Now, if I am call one method called al.add of 200, what will happen? al.add of 200, what will happen? 200 will go to next position. This array size will be increased or not? It will copy the old array data to the new array. The new array is created, 200 stored. Then when I call al.add of 300, then what will happen? 300 will be stored in the next position. 300 will be stored into next position. Now what I will do is al.add of 1, 5. Khatam. al.add of 1, 5. What is the problem when I do al.add of 1, 5? In the first position, I want to store the 5. In the first position, already 20 is available. Then what will happen? Here, what array list will do is, it is going to take the 300 from to next index. 200 will come to this index. 100 will come to this index. This value come to this index. This value will come to this index. This value will come to this index. 20 value will come to this index. Then 5 will come here. What is the problem? Performance issue. It has to switch the indexes of all the other objects. That's why inserting the value in the middle of the array list is not at all recommended. If you insert the record in the array list middle, lot of switch operations will happen internally. It will give you poor performance. Are you able to follow this? If you just call add method, directly it will add at the end of the collection. There is no problem. Are you clear with my point? Perfect. Now, what are the methods we have seen now? Add method. What is the purpose of add method? Add method is used to add one object. Add all method to add some objects. Okay, add method is used to add the single object. Add all method is used to add the collection of object. What is the purpose of remove method? To remove one object. What is the purpose of remove index? Based on the index position. What is the get method? To get the object based on the index. What is the purpose of contains method? To check the presence of the object. What is the purpose of clear method? To clear everything. What is the purpose of is empty method? To check my collection is empty or not. What is the purpose of retain all? Keep some objects, remove the rest of the objects. What is the purpose of index of method? Check the first occurrence of the object. What is the purpose of last index of? Check the last occurrence of the object. What is the purpose of set method? Insert the object at the specified position. Now similarly, we are having one method called iterator method. What is iterator? Iterator is a cursor which is used to traverse the list. I want to get the elements from the list. Then I can go for iterator. Iterator will support only traversing in the forward direction. It will support only in the forward direction. What is the list iterator? List iterator will support the traversing in the forward and backward direction also. So iterator is available, list iterator is available. If you want to traverse the collection in the forward direction, go for iterator. If you want to traverse in the forward and backward direction, then go for list iterator. So we have iterator method, we have list iterator method. Iterator and list iterator are called as cursors. List iterator is called as cursor. Very good. Yes. Are you able to understand what is array list class and how array list class will work internally? Yes. What is array list class? What is array list class? Array list class is the implementation of the list interface. Duplicate objects are allowed. Insertion order preserved. Null values are accepted. Internal data structure growable. Default capacity 10. Once it reaches to max capacity, it will increase the capacity. How many constructors available? 3 constructors available. When to go for first constructor? If you don't know size, then we will go for first constructor. When to go for second constructor? If you know the size. When to go for third constructor? If you want to add one collection to the another collection. What is the purpose of add method? To add one object at the end of the collection. To add one object at the end of the collection. What is the purpose of add all? To add some objects at the end of the collection. What is the purpose of remove? To remove the particular object. What is the purpose of this remove? Based on the index position, remove the object. What is the purpose of get method? To get the object based on the index. What is the purpose of contains method? To check the presence of the object. What is the purpose of clear method? To remove all the objects from the collection. What is the purpose of is empty? It is used to check whether collection is empty or not empty. What is the purpose of retain all? Retain all. Keep some objects, remove the remaining objects. What is the purpose of index of? For check the first occurrence of the object. What is the purpose of last index of? To check the last occurrence of the object. What is the purpose of set method? What is the purpose of set method? To index, to insert a object at the specified position. What is the purpose of iterator? Traverse the collection in the forward direction. What is the purpose of list iterator? To traverse the collection in the forward and backward direction. Okay. Even if you are sleeping, if somebody asks you what are the methods in the array list, you should be able to tell them. Yes or no? Don't buttify. You need to keep in your brain. They should be registered in the brain. Good. Can we do a program on this now? Yes. Here I'm going to use list. List L is equal to new list. Valid or invalid? Invalid. Why? List is a interface. I cannot create the object for the list interface. Then what I need to do? What I need to do? Array list object I need to create. Either I can create the array list AL is equal to new array list, or I can create a list L is equal to new array list. List L is equal to new array list. Import. Okay. List L is equal to new array list. Fine. L dot add method. When I call L dot add method, what will happen? When I will add, when I give that L dot add method, what will happen? 100. What happened now? Object will be added. 1 minute, guys. There is a set method and add method. Sorry, set is used to replace the element, guys. Sorry, I was get confused here. Set method, it will replace the object at the specified position. Set is used to replace the object based on given index. Whatever you people has done, that is add method with index. What is that? Add method index comma object. Right. What is the purpose of this add method? It will add the object at the end. What is this add method will do? Add. Now I want to replace this person. I want that object to sit here. Then set method. What is the difference between add and set method? What is the difference between add and set method? Now you stand up. You come here. You go outside. Right. So what I have done now, I replaced one object with the another object. Which method is used to replace one object with another object? Set method. So when I call this add method, what will happen? If that person want to sit here, then all these people has to shift. Right. So sorry guys, I was misconfused with that. Set method is used to replace the object at the specified position. Add method will add at the end of the object. Add object at end of the collection. Now what is this method is going to do? Add object at a given index. What about the object which is already in that position? They will be shifted to the next position. Good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Good. Okay. Perfect. Now list L is equal to new array list. L dot add. Now L dot add of 200. L dot add of 300. Now L dot add of 400. Now L dot add of 1000. L dot add of 1000. Now in which order these values will be added? Insertion order will be maintained or insertion order will not be maintained? Insertion order will be maintained. System.out.println of L. What is the L now? L is a variable holding array list class object. In the array list class object, how many values available? There are 5 values available. Execute this. Execute this program. 100, 200, 300, 400, 1000. So objects are inserted in the same order or in the random order? Same order. Can I say insertion order is allowed? Insertion order is maintained? Yes. Now what I will do is, after adding these objects, L dot add 0, 500. L dot add of 0, 500. Then what will happen? What will happen? 500 will go to first position. What about the remaining objects? They will shift to the position. Now see, 500 came to first position. The remaining values are shifted. It is recommended or not recommended? Not recommended. Why not recommended? Why not recommended? Poor performance. Why poor performance? Lot of shiftings are happening. Lot of shiftings are happening. Okay. Now I'm going to call L dot add of 3, L dot add of 3, 700. What it will do? System.out.println of L. Now L dot add of 3, 700. What will happen now? What will happen? What are the values will be available? In which order values will be available? 500, 100, 200, 300, 700, 400, 1000. Okay. 500, 500, 100, 200, 700, 300, 400, and 1000. So what is the purpose of add method? What is the purpose of add method? To add the object at the end of the collection. If I pass index comma object, in the given index it will insert, the remaining objects will the shifting will happen. Suppose if I go for L dot to set of 0 comma 50, system dot out dot println. Set method. First index will be 50. Then okay, don't get confused, guys. Now tell me the output. 50, 200, 300, 400, 1000. Shifting will happen or shifting will not happen? Shifting will not happen. Why shifting will not happen? Set method is used to replace the object based on the given index. Instead of set, if I call add method, shifting will happen. Understand the difference? Yes. Now I want to check 700 available in the collection or not. Which method? L dot contains 700. 700 is available in the collection or not? False. It is not available. I want to get the object which is available in the first index. L dot get of 0. L dot get of 0. What is that get method will give you? Object which is available in the given index. For example, I'm giving L dot get of 100. L dot get of 100. What happened now? Index out of bound exception. How many indexes are present? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 indexes. How many fingers? 0. As a programmer, you need to count from 0. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 fingers only. As a programmer, you need to start from 0. Non-IT people will count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. IT people 0. We have to start from 0. Right. Now, how many indexes are available? 4 indexes are available because index is starting from 0th position. When I call get of 0, what will happen? When I call get of 0, what will happen? Come on. It is going to give you the object which is available in the first index. Suppose if I give you get of 10, what will happen? Index out of bound exception. Why we are getting index out of bound exception? The given index position not available, then you will get index out of bound exception. Are you clear? Perfect. Now I want to check system here. Can I store one more 100? L dot add up one more 100? Yes or no? Yes, that means I'm storing the duplicate data. L dot, sorry, system dot out dot println of L. System dot out dot println of L. Sir, I'm printing a object. Internally, toString will be called, right? ToString method is overridden in the array list class. It is printing content of the object. Now, when I execute 100, 200, 300, 100, 400, 1000, 100 available 2 times. That means duplicates are allowed or duplicates are not allowed? Duplicates are allowed. L dot add up null value. L dot add up null value. Run this program. Null value is allowed or not allowed? Null value is also allowed. Are you clear? Default capacity is 10. Insertion order preserved. Null values are accepted. Internal data structure is growable array. All right. Good. Read the methods. Now see here, I want to check L dot index of 100. L dot index of 100. What is the output? Out of bound. What is the output of this program now? Zero. 1. What is the purpose of index of? First occurrence of the given object. 100 is available in the which index position? 0. What is the first occurrence of 100? 0. Yes, what is the output? 0. So what is the purpose of index of? Index of will give you first occurrence of the object. Suppose if I go for L dot last index of 100, what is the last occurrence? 0, 1, 2, 3. Correct. What is the difference between index of and last index of? Index of will give the first occurrence. Last index of will give the last occurrence of the character. Now here guys, I'm going to write system.out.println of L. Okay. Now here L dot remove. L dot remove of 0. L dot remove of 0. System.out.println of L. Now tell me what output I will get here. What output I will get here? What output I will get here? What output I will get here? First it will going to print the complete array. Next 100 will be removed because I am removing 0th index value. Now it's going to print the remaining value. Now I am giving L dot index of 100. 2. What is the first index of this? What is the 2? What is the output here? 2. Are you sure? 3. 2 or 3? 2. Here 2 only. Yes. Why 2? Why not 3? When I remove the object from the first position, the remaining objects are shifted. They are shifted. Good. Index of 9 minus 1. When the given object index is not available, now here you see system.out.println L dot index of 444. Okay. What is the index of 444? First of all, 444 available in the collection or not available in the collection? Not available in the collection. Then what will happen? If the given object index is not available, it will give the -1. If the index is available, it will give the index. Sorry? If the given object not, whenever you call index of, it will try to find the first occurrence of the object. If the object is not available, it will give you -1. If this object is available, it will give the first occurrence of the object. When you call the last index of method, it will give the last occurrence of the object. Now, suppose I commented this method. What is the output now? What is the output here? 0, 3, here -1. Okay. Yep. Get method is used to get the object in the specific position. Okay. System.out.println L dot get of 9. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. How many indexes are available? 6 indexes are available. Which index I am accessing? 9th index. Available or not available? Not available. Then what it is giving? Index of the bound. What is the size of the array list? 7. But you are trying to access 9. That index is not available. Right. Retain all methods. Yes, we'll come to that point. Are you guys clear with this? Yes. Now let's go for system.out.println of L. It will print the collection. Now L dot clear. Now system.out.println of L. What is the purpose of clear method? Right. First time it is printing the collection. Next time empty. Why empty? I'm calling clear method. When I call clear method, what happened? All the objects from the collection got deleted. Now L dot size. What is the purpose of L dot size? L dot size method. to get the size of the collection. How many objects are available in the collection? 3 plus 3, 6 plus 1, 7. Total 7 objects available in the collection. What is the purpose of size method? Number of objects. Okay. Now let me go for this. List L1 is equal to new array list. L1 dot add, L1 dot add, L1 dot add. Now I am going for list L2 is equal to new array list. L2 dot add, L2 dot add, L2 dot add of L1. L2 dot add all of L1. Okay, guys. Now here system dot out dot println of L2. Similarly, L2 dot add of 400. L2 dot add of 500. L2 dot add all of L1. What is the output? 400, 500, 100, 200, 300. Yes. What is the purpose of add all method? What is the purpose of add method? Add method is used to add the object at the end of the collection. What is the purpose of add all method? Add one collection objects at the end of the another collection. If you want to add one collection objects at the end of the another collection, then we are going for add all method. Now for example, if I call add all of 0, L1, what is the output? 100, 200, 300, 400, 500. I'm adding one collection at the specific index of the another collection. Okay. Now execute this program. 100, 200, 300, 400, 500. Why? I am giving 0th index. So L2 collection is created. In the L2 collection at the 0th, already I added L2 dot add of 400, 500. 400 stored in the 0th position, 500 stored in the first position. But I am calling add all of 0, L1. What will happen? L1 data will be added at the 0th position. These objects will be shifted. These objects will be shifted. Okay. Now, suppose, for example, here also 100 is available. L1 dot 100, L1 dot 200, L1 dot 300, L2 dot 100, L2 dot 100. Now, if I print L2, what is the output now? What is the output now? L2 only 100. L1 is having 3 objects. L1 is having only 1 object. Now here I am going to call L2 dot retain all of L1. L2 dot retain all of L1. What is happening now? False. It is giving false. L2 dot retain all of L1. What is this retain all method is returning? Boolean value. What is the retain val method is returning now? This method retains only the element in the list that are contained in the specified collection. In other words, remove from this list all of its elements that are not contained in the collection. Now see, here I am calling L2 dot retain of all, system dot out dot println of L2. Now let me do like this. L2 dot add of 500, L2 dot add of 600. Okay, L1 is having 100, 200, 300. L2 is having 100, 500, 600. Now I am calling L2 dot retain all of L1. L2 dot retain all of L1. What it has done? Only 100 is available. What about the remaining objects? Remove. That means L2 dot retain all of L1. Whatever the objects are available in the L1, keep only those objects in the L2. Remove the remaining objects of the L2. Now assume that in this class 100 people are available. Okay. Now I want to retain only these two people. Then that means what will happen? Only those two people will be available. Remaining people will be deleted. Now there are two collections. Which are the common elements in the collection? Keep only those elements. Remove the remaining elements. That we can achieve by using which method? Retain all method. Now L1 is having how many objects? L1 is having 3 objects. L2 is having how many objects? 3 objects. Which objects are common? 100. Suppose for example, if I keep 200 here, which objects are common? 100 and 200. L2 dot retain all of L1. What is the meaning of that? Whatever the L1 objects are present in the L2, keep only those objects and remove the remaining object. Which object will be removed now? 600 will be removed or 300 will be removed? What is the output of L1? What is the output of L2? Huh? Think. Take a breath. Take a breath. Think and tell me. What is the output of L1? What is the output of L2? 100, 200. Here 100, 200. Here 300. Okay. Arey Baba, am I changing anything in the L1? Now L1 will be printed as it is now. Retain all I am doing on which object? L2 object, right? Here 100 and 200. See, L1 object is having 3 objects. System.out.println of L1. I'm not doing anything for the L1. L1 is having some objects. I'm printing as it is. L2 is having 3 objects. I'm doing retain all of L1. That means whatever the L1 objects are available in the L2, keep only those objects and remove the remaining objects of L2. Why L1 object will be changed? L1 object will not be changed. L1 object having 3 objects. 3 objects will be available as it is. L2 dot retain all of L1. Whatever the L1 objects are available in the L2, keep only those objects and remove the remaining objects of L2. L1 and L2 which are common? 100 and 200. 100 and 200 will be available in the L2. 600 not available here. It will be removed. Got my point? Yes. That is the purpose of retain all. Okay. Are we good with all these methods now? We'll talk about the iterators. Iterators, list iterator will discuss in the tomorrow class. Okay. Are you comfortable with all the methods of array list? Yes. What is the internal data structure of the array list? Growable array. Array list will internally maintain the array only. Sir, when the array list is internally maintaining the array, why can't we use array directly? Why we need to use array list? If you use the array, all these methods will not be available for you. For example, if this method is not available, now whatever the objects are available in the L1, I want to keep those objects in the L2. I want to remove the remaining objects. How much logic you need to write? How much logic you need to write for that? That is the problem with the arrays. What is the advantage of going for collection? Ready-made methods are available. Suppose, for example, I am having one array. Integer array is available. Integer array A is equal to new int of sum 5. 5 available. A of 0 is equal to 100. A of 1 is equal to 200. A of 2 is equal to 300. A of 3 is equal to 500. And A of 4 is equal to 600. Okay, 100, 200, 300, 400, 600. Now I want to insert 50, insert 50 value at a 0th index. 0th index. What we need to do? क्या करना पड़ेगा? First we need to take the array data. We need to keep in the another array. Then we need to insert the 50 at the position. Are you guys clear with my point? For example, this array is 6. Now insert 50 value at the 0th index. Six. What we need to do? No. Forget about collection. If this is the requirement, is it easy? Possible, but easy or difficult? We need to write lot of logic. But if I want to do the same requirement, can I go for add index comma object? So that is ready-made method. So ready-made methods are available when you go for collection. When you go for arrays, simple. Now tell me, in the project, when we are developing a real-time project, to store the group of objects, arrays will be used or collections will be used? Collections will be used. Why? Growable. Simple example. Tomorrow is your birthday. Assume that tomorrow is your girlfriend birthday or boyfriend birthday. You want to give one dress as a gift. Can you go to Ramaraju Cotton, purchase the cloth, go to tailor shop to stitch the shirt? No. Why? Directly you will go to ready-made cloth store. Ready-made shirt pant will be available. When the ready-made dresses are available, why you will purchase the cloth? Why you will go for stitching? Similarly, in the project, arrays will be used or collections will be used? Collections. Why not arrays? Ready-made methods available to manipulate the data. Ready-made methods available to perform the operations. Without collections, no project will be developed in the real time. No Java project will be developed in the real time without using collections concept. What is the purpose of collections? What is the purpose of collections? Collections are used to store the group of objects. Collections are growable in nature. By using collections, we can store any type of data. Now, here I can store any type of data in the collection. Right. Suppose I want to achieve type safety. I want to achieve type safety. Here you can specify integer. I want to store only integer values in the collection. Then it is called as a type safety. By default, collections are homogeneous and heterogeneous. But I want to insert only integer data in the collection. Can we achieve type safety by using collection? Yes, by using generic. But in the collection, we can specify generic to tell what type of data we can insert into the collection. Like that, we can specify generic. Now, if I specify generic as an integer, can I add some string value? No, it is not possible now. Earlier it was possible. Now it is not possible. Why? Type safety. My array list will accept only integer data, not the string data. If I remove this generic concept from here, if I remove this generic concept, it is valid. I can store any type of data. So mostly when we are working with collections, we will use type safety also. Type safety means to specify what type of data we want to store in the collection. Are you clear, guys? Good. With this, array list is completed. Tomorrow we will talk about linked list. Good. Yes, iterators also. Thank you, guys. With this, I'm stopping for today. We'll continue tomorrow at 5:30. Tomorrow we'll talk about cursors. Then we'll talk about list, linked list. Thank you, guys. Material already I have provided in the WhatsApp group. The people who are not there in the WhatsApp group, please join. Collections material I have provided in the WhatsApp group. Give me a minute. I'm sharing the link for the WhatsApp group. Yeah guys, I'm giving link for WhatsApp group. Join in the WhatsApp group, you will get the class notes. People watching from YouTube, please subscribe to our channel, click on bell icon. Thank you guys.